Welcome to Module 4. So we have 2 modules left in the course. We're getting there. This module is entirely focused on design, how we understand design, and how design rhetorically argues for very specific things. So as you'll see in the learning outcomes, you're focusing on understanding how to create good design for different situations, and then how to talk about how that design argues. So in this case, you're going to design a project to accompany your final paper. It will have the exact same argument as your final paper, but it will be geared towards a different audience. I included an infographic sheet in the writing folder to talk about how to translate academic argument to various audiences. So feel free to take a look at that. So for this module, you'll read 3 texts, you have 3 reader responses, you have just 1 discussion board, and then you'll have 1 paper where you actually tell me what your final design project is going to be, and then you'll have your journal. So the 3 chapters that you're going to read are from a book called Writer Designer. I did list this as an optional textbook for this course if you're interested in reading the entire thing. These 3 chapters specifically focus on how to pick multimodal sources, so which tech tools to actually use to create your design, how to assemble your technologies and possibly your team, and then how to design your project. Each of these 3 can be useful ideas and useful information as you go out into the workforce, because multimodal documents are very important in the workforce. If you have any kind of a blog that you use, these are also going to be very helpful for that. And then obviously for your final paper. For the TED Talks, we don't have any this semester. What I've included instead is a link to my blog, because obviously I blog, and it's a multimedia resource page that I put together. Most of them are categorized, some of them I haven't gone through yet, so this changes daily as I have time to go through different tech tools. And I do indicate on these sources when items are free and how difficult they are to use. So if you've never used multimedia sources, definitely read my descriptions on the blog to make sure that you can figure out how to do this very quickly. So my goal is to provide you as many resources as possible, as many free resources, so that this project doesn't take you very long and it doesn't cost you any money. Your reader response posts are going to be on each of the 3 chapters. Those are pretty straightforward. You guys are used to those at this point. And then your discussion board, in this case, as you'll see right here, you need to respond to 3 of your peers on this one. You're going to propose 2 different projects that you could complete for this final paper, and why each of them appeals most to the audience that you have in mind, obviously telling us which audience you have in mind. And then your peers will weigh in on which design they think is best. You don't have to agree with your peers for your final design project. I just want you to reason out why you think that final design project is going to be the one that's going to best exemplify the argument that you're trying to make. If the argument underlying it all is that it will be the easiest for you to create, that's fine. Just don't say that. You know, rhetorically consider your audience, which is me as I read your paper, and convince me why that's the best project. So the paper for this particular group, for this particular module, is the project. What you're actually going to do for your project, who your non-disciplinary audience is, how you're going to create that project, and any design work that you've done for it up to that point. Upload it all. It should be about 3 to 5 pages, including any kind of media as appropriate. If you're going to do an infographic, have your tool picked out. If you're going to do a word cloud for some reason, have your tool picked out. Whatever it is you're going to do, you need to be very, very specific in this particular proposal as to how you're going to accomplish those goals. Finally, you'll submit your self-reflection journal for Module 4, and then you will be done.